You know what I was like during my glory days, do you?
We're not about to talk about this. We are not about to talk about this.
Oh man.
Because man, you just out here giving an opinion about something you're not even invested in. This show is
my
about the
fucking
shit
God.
that we like. We don't need to just report on everything that's happening and random languages, but also you know the language, and yet you refuse to talk about it. So it seems like you're ashamed.
There's so many things that we've talked about that not all of us are invested in.
Yeah,
What
but
the hell are you talking
literally
about?
none of us were invested in this, but you. We all have our topics that we bring
discuss. It's called having a discussion on something that I found interesting.
And then I kind of asked you your opinion, and you didn't want to answer.
Yeah.
What do you mean I did answer?
You just trying to like report on it.
I did answer. I said, if you wanted to do it, then do it. If not, then don't. I wasn't like ashamed of it or anything. I just didn't have my own opinion on it. I wanted to talk about it and see what y'all thought. But y'all bitches just trolled me. And you know what? I quit. I'm quitting the pod.
All right, bro.
You ready? Wait, what is our topic though?
I thought one of y'all said
games.
Nah.
All right,
welcome back to another episode of a podcast formerly known as Tapped In. I'm your host, the big bad man Eric, young dark destruction Eric, young
Chet
world
Hank.
domination Eric. What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Man, I'm all right.
That nigga that's all right is Alex Riley. Got the shades from Denver, popping, plugged in. He tapped in, plugged in. Alex, tell these niggas the word on the streets.
You know, just the usual, man. None too crazy. You know, we outside
on party buses and shit.
Yeah, that was an interesting night for sure. Almost got finessed, but it did not work.
Yeah, don't let these random ass niggas finesse you.
No, man. I did. And then he was like, "Oh, will you buy me a drink?" And I was like, "I guess." And then after a while, he was like, "Actually, bro, you good? You cool? You don't have to buy me shit." I was like, "All right."
Do you know this dude?
No, I didn't know.
You don't know this dude.
Who brought you on the bus?
It was Rachel's boyfriend. It's like I thought it was her birthday.
Yeah.
All
right. All right. Alex never been finessed, Riley. Alex never been a lick, Riley. Marcus, our co-host Omega Marcus over there, red tank, chain hanging low. What's up, Mar?
Yes, sir.
What's
up, man? Chilling, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love the energy. Love.
Hey, man, chilling, dog. You know what it is, man. I'm a big artist out here in Denver. In case y'all ain't know, man, I had a big ass opening this weekend, man. Murals and paintings on display for all to see. And you know what? I'm so high and mighty. I didn't even go to that opening, man. You know what I'm saying? I let the work speak for itself. I was in New Mexico, man.
Speak on it.
Dude, ask about me, man. I don't go to that shit, man.
My man's big time.
This thing's an influencer.
Big time. Okay. I feel it. You and your shit, Marcus, and I appreciate it.
Hey, no, but big ups to Redline for putting me on. Very humble, very graceful, gracious. It was a lot of fun making that mural. I wish I would have gone to the opening, but I had a prior engagement, so it is what it is.
That's my new punk rock band. It's called Prior Engagement.
Okay. I like it.
Check out our new EP coming soon, 2024. Davon.
What's popping?
Davon. Last but not least.
Certainly, not least.
We got Mr. Let me get that tax return.
Yeah.
Let me flip the tax return.
We got Mr. Tax Return Flip. We got Mr. Finesse the IRS.
Let me write the kid on my taxes.
Mr. H.
Let me claim your kid.
Let me claim your
Mr.
kid.
Let me claim your kid.
That's Dave.
You got 3 of them. Let me claim one of them. Come on now. Don't be
man,
stingy.
I ain't got no kid.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why it's a finesse because you
Yeah,
claiming somebody else's kid. What's up, Davon? How you feeling? How you living?
Shit, man, I'm good. Chilling,
Yeah, I likes
killing.
to hear that. I likes to hear that. We're back again today to talk about some shit. Marcus, tell them what we do here at a
Hey man,
podcast
what we
formerly
do
known as
is,
Tapped In. What we do here, homie?
hey man, we talk about shit that matters most to us, man. There's four of us. We got varied taste, and you know what? Everything we talk about, we care about, man. We have the most heartfelt backing to our topics. Since the
Ooh.
last episode, but you know what I'm saying? We stay true to who we are, and we not ashamed
yo.
of nothing. You know what I'm saying? We a shameless pop culture, music, video games, television shows, movies, all that and more. Ask
So
about
basically, we
us.
talk about shit. That's what we do here. Today we got some stuff for y'all. We got a few little topics to sprinkle on y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Time of 40 Radas. We talking about video games today. Getting into it.
Yeah.
We're hardcore gamers, all four of us.
Yes.
We really does this. We does this.
dude.
We got a lot of shit to play nowadays. Actually, you know what? I feel like it's kind of been a lull for games with like these last 2 years.
I would say there's been a lull for like new games, but me and Alex, we've spent some quality time in some old video games.
Yeah, we've
The
been
last
on
couple of months.
GTA pretty heavy as well as
kind of all of us
GTA.
have.
Vermintide.
Yeah.
Vermintide is real tight.
that shit's fun.
Yeah.
Quit fucking
Yeah.
Um,
Games have been disappointing,
us-
man. There a bunch of games just, like I feel like a lot of games sort of got fucked up with COVID.
yeah,
And-
a lot got pushed back.
So right now we're in like this weird limbo of a development cycle where none of the new games have really come out. Cyberpunk came out, but obviously wasn't ready for
That shit was
launch
trash.
at the end of last
such
year.
What y'all anticipating most?
Right now,
Back for Blood right now.
probably all of us are looking forward to this Back for Blood. It's
I'll say Elden Ring for me too. But yeah.
Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring is probably the one I'm most looking forward to because I'm such a huge fan of like From Software
Same.
and Soulsborne type games, and I've been certainly craving another one. Like
I've been on
craving.
like the subreddit for like Dark Souls and Serico like nonstop this last like 2 or 3 days, and I'm very tempted to go back and re-download those games and play through them shits again.
You never played Bloodborne, have you?
I don't have a PlayStation, so no.
Oh,
I never played Bloodborne either.
oh my
That
god, I
shit
fucking
is fun,
love
man.
Bloodborne.
That shit looks
It's so
fun.
dope.
It's
It's
I'm not
scary.
super big. I'm not super big into Soulsborne games, but I will be playing Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, we all got to be on that.
It's
Uh,
online too,
I'm
right?
anticipating.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
What'd you say, Davon?
I said no, I'm anticipating that too. I'm with y'all on that Elden Ring,
Yeah. that
but
shit-
I'm also waiting for the damn Harry Potter game because I'm a Harry
Yo.
Potter fan.
Me too, honestly. Because it's supposed to be
That
like an
shit look
open
fun,
world
man.
Harry Potter sort of create your
Think
own.
you get to make your
wizard.
own character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
If- if-
like action RPG almost.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Slash-
online.
I think it's like a Destiny type game with
Oh,
God,
Harry Potter characters, if that makes sense.
if they do that right, that might be one of the best games like ever.
Bro.
It's
And just
I think-
the amount of people.
definitely
Yeah.
it's gonna be huge
I
on the
think
name
they're
alone.
exploring old Hogwarts or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Is it
But,
gonna be
like-
like
Go ahead.
open world RPG type of game?
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah.
okay.
So it's like, it's like an action RPG. So you have like a loot system and like a leveling system, but then you are free to roam Hogwarts. I think they have the like Diagon Alley and all of your, go to Harry Potter locations. It's supposed to be super cool. I feel like it's pretty ambitious. And last I heard, it was still in development. So
I think it's supposed
seems-
to drive next year.
yeah, and we haven't seen anything from it, but I'm hoping that just means that they've been more focused on like making a good game and not
They showed a
solely
little
going off
bit
of
over
Harry Potter
E3.
name alone.
Yeah,
They showed gameplay. I guess they showed the characters and
I
stuff.
think it was
right?
a little trailer.
Yeah. So
I'm,
that should be good. Back
I'm
4 Blood though, co-op on the co-op side of things. Back 4 Blood is like the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, and Back 4 Blood is supposed to be super fucking tight. The beta's open right now, and that shit looks fire. Actually,
oh, you haven't bought it yet?
When's it actually drop?
I haven't.
Again?
It comes out October 1st, I think. So
Damn.
a little more than a month now, like a month and a half. But
If you
Yeah,
pre-order, you can get the beta though.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I
And
think
it's
I'm
gonna be crossplay.
Yeah.
It's
After
crossplay during the
you
beta.
get it in, will the whole game be also crossplay?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna have to cop so I can fuck with y'all then. And I'm usually
Hell
not
yeah.
the online gamer. I like to game solo.
I think
A big thing. I don't know if y'all even know this, but Back 4 Blood is going to be free on Game Pass.
ooh. So
I guess I did not notice that. I didn't realize that, but yeah. Fuck
did you-
yes.
like immediately or like
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
bro,
launch.
it's free on Game Pass.
well shit.
That's to
Why-
the Xbox thing, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn,
You
Game
know what
Pass is
job-
going hard this year.
My job gives me free Game Pass.
What?
Really? Why?
Yeah, they're on my Microsoft. So I get free Game Pass.
Oh shit, that's
What?
crazy.
That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I just forgot until like now, but yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's actually
Yeah.
kind of really tight.
Yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
y'all all progressive and shit.
I know. Damn, like they
Only-
want
yeah.
y'all niggas to play video games. That's what's up.
Right. They want y'all to enjoy life, it sounds like.
I fucks with
I
that.
guess. Hey, shout out to my job.
Shout out to
Microsoft.
your job. Shout out to Microsoft.
Wait, who do you work for, Alex?
LinkedIn.
I didn't even know that LinkedIn was owned by Microsoft. That's crazy.
Yep. We got Microsoft stock too.
Dang, they
All
signed
right,
up with a
Alex,
portfolio
quit flexing
and
on us.
shit?
I'm sorry.
Nigga flexing on us hard.
Hey, you
We
got a
both
slide
right.
at your business?
I haven't been to the
At
office.
the
They've been,
office?
they've been building a new building for like a year, so I haven't been to the new
Dang.
one or the old
And
one.
they-
I
Are you
guess.
trying
And
to?
they've
Are
been
you
working
trying
on
to?
the pool.
Huh?
Yeah.
You trying to get a new
be a
job,
full boy?
Alex?
Huh?
you
you say?
trying to get? You trying to get a new? You trying to get a new
No.
job?
I had an interview for a new position at my job today.
Oh,
Dang,
yeah.
I hope it goes well.
Hey, we moving
Yeah.
on up.
Thank you.
Alex, put me on, man.
I got you.
I'm trying to make
Hey,
Microsoft
though.
money.
Why y'all be paying full price for games though?
Because I
Bro, I be
honestly,
wanting to play games now.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
I-
for real.
like
I
what
don't
Y'all
like
Eric
got
said
that
earlier,
fear of missing out.
I
Not that,
100%
but
got that
Y'all
fear of missing out.
That
it's been like a
FOMO.
void of
Oh.
games. So I just want something new to play, so I'm willing to buy it like right then and there. A lot of
Bro,
times.
and games like ain't even that much if you think about how much time you spend in it. Like
Yeah.
I'll buy I'm still playing Cyberpunk. I paid full price for it because I bought it right when it came out. And it was like what, $60? But I've definitely stayed home, I don't know, a day from the bar to play Cyberpunk. Well,
Oh, I
also
actually
it
did-
came out during COVID. So, like that's like a weekend at the bar is like a $60 tab.
And a
So-
weekend at Bernie's.
But you also pay $60 for a incomplete game.
Well,
if
yeah,
you bought
and-
it
and,
on
like
But we
Cyberpunk
didn't
is
know.
is a bad, Cyberpunk is like a bad deal, but
and
that's
that's
the last
another
game.
risk. You don't know if
That's
you're
the
gonna
game that
like
I
it or
bought.
not, or
Last
if it's
game I
gonna
bought.
be undone.
I mean, I feel like more times than not, usually when I buy a game on day one, Cyberpunk has been like the only L that I've taken, I would say. 'Cause usually they-
Same.
Updated, but like when I bought Dark Souls 3, that shit was perfect.
I was literally just about to reference Dark Souls 3 because I
Dark-
paid full price for that same day it dropped. And
like-
I love the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, I just think Cyberpunk had like a raw deal, like coming out during COVID, and then plus that studio didn't make a game of that style before, and that just kind of fucked things up. So I think that's a rarity for sure. But normally when I buy games day one, I don't have that many issues with them. There's obviously like some glitches and like some shit that they will have to fix, but normally it's not like that like unplayable or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe like the online servers might not be working, but usually after a week, that's usually fixed, if anything.
Yeah. And in a week, it's still gonna be the same price. So
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly,
mind
like,
playing full price
Cyberpunk's
for the
a-
game. Honestly,
Cyberpunk's a bad like example, but that just goes into the power of Game Pass, because I've been playing games through Game Pass for a minute now, and so that makes it so that I don't even need to buy games like that.
How
If I'm
much
being-
does that cost? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh, no, go ahead.
I was just asking, how much is Game Pass?
I think it's like $9 a month or something like that.
It's super cheap.
I feel
Yeah.
like my Xbox Live is also bundled into my Game Pass, and I pay like less than $20 for both. I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know for sure, but Microsoft has it down. Like, Microsoft definitely has the dub when it comes to all this. you know?
100%.
Pre-game offers and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the big reasons I stopped, like, I never mind paying full price for games is I know the effort it goes into making a game, and I think it's worth the price because it's not like video games like are just easy as fuck to make. They're super intricate and they take a super long time, and those people that got to get paid, you know what I mean? Like the people who are spending countless hours like slaving away in these shitty conditions,
Well, literally slaving away.
literally slaving away. I remember there was I think it was Blizzard that was under fire for like working their fucking employees to the damn bone and not giving them a proper wage or anything, or the shit that they are supposed to be getting, and they were under fire, and everybody was like booing them at their little press conferences and shit like that. A lot of, now
How
I
long
think
ago
about it,
was
a
this?
lot of video. This was maybe I want to say 2 years ago or maybe last year.
Okay,
it was
because
when they were
Blizzard's under fire now for like having a toxic work environment too. Like
Activision too.
work Blizzard Activision, that's the same company now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're like an umbrella corp. But yeah, like working in the games industry, you really have to love working in the games industry. And like that, working them to the bones, that's called crunch. And like in the last couple of years, like crunch workplace behavior, like the idea that you have to fucking slave away before the release of a video game is more and more under fire. And people are like speaking out against it, but it's still happening quite a bit. And that's kind of what the problem was with Cyberpunk too, is at the beginning of Cyberpunk, they were like, well, we're gonna take a stance right now and say we're not gonna have our employees crunch. And then they're like, no, our employees have been crunching like a couple months before it even came out, and it still was unfinished. Crunch is bad. Crunch is
I
like,
feel like y'all paying full price for games isn't really helping the employees
oh
at all.
my
though.
God. No,
Is it?
actually, so a bunch of developers, a bunch of people who work for the companies saying that boycotting the companies when they're under fire for crunch or toxic workplace behavior. There are some developers, like people that work on these teams, that say that people boycotting their companies doesn't help them. It devalues their work further, and it demoralizes everyone. How to get rid of crunch is to hold these companies accountable, and hopefully moving forward there will be less of a crunch culture in video games, but we'll see.
Like, if
So
you think
buying
about
the
it,
game, you think would help that culture become better?
Huh?
I'm
It would
saying
get
if you
better
think about it,
stuff.
if you
No,
think
they would just
about
lose
it,
jobs.
if you think about it, if you start boycotting this company for having their employees, crunch and shit, who do you think is not getting paid? certainly not the people at the top who should be held accountable.
Right.
It's the people who are getting paid bi-weekly and shit. Those are the people that's gonna get fucked. Those are the people who's gonna get laid off and shit like that. Because they're always the first ones, to be held
I mean, yeah, that
accountable
makes
for a
sense.
company's.
Yeah, they're the ones that fall
shit.
off, right?
Yeah.
But you
Like
don't
the
think a
CEO,
boycott
the
would in
CEO
turn
is
make
always
the
gonna get that
company want
bonus,
to
man.
improve? Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough decision. It like because if we do boycott, then we are directly hurting the bottom tier employees. But how else, like what other ways can we hold these like corporations accountable for these conditions? Like it's the same as like Amazon.
Yeah.
How do we
It'll
hold
have to be the
Amazon accountable?
employees.
That's
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah,
has to
that's
be
a
like a
that's a good point.
walkout.
They have to boycott.
Yeah.
But
Even that doesn't work though. Amazon's still up and running, man. Like in these video game companies.
Here's the thing. Boycotting and strikes, those do work. But the thing is, nowadays, everybody is so scared to start a boycott or to start a strike with threat of being terminated because now they got that shit in your contracts. Now, back in the day, you could just go on strike and there was nothing that they could do about it except give you what the fuck you wanted. But now it's like in your contract, if we even hear you talking about forming a strike, you're getting fired.
Well, I was gonna say there's also
and
unions.
probably
they also
sued.
used to have unions.
Exactly.
Unions
You don't
always
fucking
looked
unions
out for
don't.
the people working.
Mhm.
And I think that's the ultimate solution for all of this is that in video games and in Amazon, they need to unionize so that there's somebody batting for those employees whose jobs are always in danger. The unions will get the bottommost people paid more. It'll hold the company that's on top more accountable. There'll be less of a turnover. And it's actually funny because we're talking about Amazon and Blizzard. Amazon had employed this company that specifically cracks unions or prevents unions from popping up within their company. Amazon employed them, and I think they're still employed by them. But also Blizzard and Activision hired this same company to prevent unions from sprouting up in their game offices as well, because they knew that with this toxic workplace behavior coming out, that there will be a push for unions again. Like unions are like super scary to big corporations like that, and
because they can't treat unionized workers like shit. They can't do that.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, I feel like that's why the workplace right now is so fucked up. We let these corporations scare us into becoming complacent. Like nobody argues about their fucking wages or salaries anymore. They're just like, I'll take whatever you offer, really, because people are scared that they might not get the job if they ask for a little more money, or they'll be seen as greedy because they make it seem like people who ask about money is greedy. Like if you go into a job interview and start asking about the money, like people think that they're gonna be like, oh, you're just in this for the money. Like, nigga, yes, I am in this for the money. That's my fucking point for being here. But that shit's so discouraged now.
That shit's changing now, actually, because of COVID.
You think so?
People are they're quitting jobs that aren't paying them. That's why you see all those pictures on Twitter and on the news of people being like, yo, we're not getting paid. So we all left. Like everybody on the shift left. And though they're not forming unions, they're making it so that this source of income for a larger corporation is not being productive, and so there's a big push for wage increase and making more money even in these jobs that people before might have seen less than. If you're a McDonald's flipping burgers for 7 hours a day, these workers are still pushing for a living wage, you know. And I think we talked about it in the last
We talked
pod
about it
or
a
in
few
one of the most
episodes
recently.
ago.
Yeah, about how people can't make money to live in cities. They can't afford like a 1-bedroom apartment, right?
The minimum wage is a lie. Nobody can live off that wage anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, in any state. And in Nebraska, it's crazy. Your guys' minimum wage is what, 11, you said?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let me look
In
it up real
Colorado,
quick.
it's better. It's more expensive, but it still doesn't amount to anything if everything else costs more.
Right.
You know? But I think unions are the answer. I just don't know if we're even going to be able to unionize in a meaningful way because the monopolies that be like Amazon, Activision, Blizzard are so powerful and have so much money. It's hard. I just sent an email today talking about my wages at the school that I work at, because you know what I mean? Like you have to advocate for yourself where you can. And I am privileged enough to work at a place where, you know, I could be like, yo, I don't think that this is right. And not everybody has that, you know, ability to be like, yo, let me talk to HR, you know, I'm not making enough money or whatever. And it's hard, but you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree
don't
that
fuck with my money, man.
It's definitely not common practice anymore for people to, one, ask for more money, or two, try to negotiate their wages when they're getting hired. I make it a point to do it every time, even though it's kind of futile at like entry level jobs, because they're always like, no, this is what we're going to pay you. And I'm not like a expert or professional in anything for me to be like, I won't work under this amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because also, side note, the minimum wage here is $9 an hour. I didn't even know that. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought
it was
at
11.
least like 10 or 11. No, it's 9 an hour.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I think a big discussion on wages and workplace etiquette when regarding wages need to be further discussed, and they need to be changed and destigmatized. Nobody talks about like it. Don't y'all think it's weird that talking about your finances is like considered taboo now? Like if you asked an older person how much they make a year, they'll be like, why is that any of your business? They'll get like crazy defensive, even though it's a simple question. Honestly, it's a simple question. Yes, it's none of your business, but there's no reason you should get like offended for even being asked. But because it's so stigmatized now, I don't know if it's due to shame. I don't know if it's due to, no, it's not even due to shame, because it's I've worked in like tons of like banking places and stuff, and there will be literal millionaires that will get offended if you ask them how much money they made. Like it's like taboo to talk about it for whatever reason, and it's obvious
that wage gap.
It's that's exactly it. It's obvious that the more we talk about things like this, the more that everybody has an open discussion about, like, even if you're at work, they try to discourage, even though it's not illegal, they try to discourage talking to your fellow employees about their wages, even though I do every time. That's another thing that I make it a point to do. I will literally always ask if how much somebody's making and how long they've been working there, because if somebody is less educated and less experienced than me and they're making more money than me, then I'm going to say something, especially if they haven't been there longer than me. But because if nobody's talking about it, that's some shit that they can get away with. They can get away with paying these people this amount of money and then paying me bullshit. And
that actually happened to me at one of my jobs. When I was in Lincoln, I used to work at this restaurant called Wahoo's Fish Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, put them out there, man. Put them on blast.
Yeah, I mean,
expose them.
They're not open no more. That job was just shady.
Yeah.
Shady F from the start, like past that. But anyway, they ended up hiring this chick after me, and she ended up getting paid more than me. I eventually left because I was moving back to Omaha or whatever. But I was like, yeah. After that, I just left like a sour taste in my mouth. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, fuck all that. And then she got like a hiring position, like super, not a hiring position, but like a management position, like super quick too. Like she was just fucking weird up there.
Yeah, no, that's weird as fuck. I remember when I was working at this bank, I was pretty good friends with my supervisor who had been there for 5-6 years, and this was my first year there. And one day I asked her because she was our supervisor, but she basically did everything for the team. Like she was like doing manager shit for the team because our actual manager would make her do it, all the work. And I remember I asked her one day, I'm like, how much do you make? And she's like, I make like 18.50. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I make like $17 here. And I just started. You've been here for 5 years. Not only have you been for 5 years, you're a supervisor and you're making only $1.50 more than me. Like, how is that?
You're
What
doing
like what
all
the
this
fuck is
extra
that?
work on
That's
top of
crazy.
that. Yeah.
And you're doing all this extra work. And I encouraged her to go talk to the supervisor, not the supervisor, the fucking manager that was above our manager about, you know, her wages and how much she does and how much she gets paid there. And she actually ended up, you know, getting a bump in pay because she talked to him instead of trying to talk to our fucking useless ass work at home manager. What is that not crazy that managers can work at home? That's wild. Like it wasn't a work at home position. We were all there, but the
It's
manager was
crazy
working at
because
home.
it's funny. Managers, supervisors, all that. The further away you get from the ground floor, the less you need to interact with it, which is wild because
Yeah.
at all of my jobs, I've been in the position to basically explain my position to the people who are in charge of paying me because I have more experience and job knowledge of my area than they do. And
Yeah.
yet it's constantly them and people higher than them that dictate how my job should be performed when they haven't even like set foot on the ground. I used to work at the Denver Art Museum and our admin building was like 6 blocks away. And I never knew anyone over there, but there was always this one dude who was always like making changes to the security department, and he would never be over there in security to even know what was going on. And it like blew my mind because I was just like, yo, I don't even know this man. And yet he's telling me that, you know, we can't read when there's nobody in the gallery, or, you know, like we can't, you know, take sitting breaks when we need to, even when there's no people. It was ridiculous. And that happens time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, he was somebody's nephew that was higher up. So the only reason why he had the job he had was because he was somebody's nephew. And then that him being, you know, a privileged white nephew in a position of power made it so that he could dictate how I did my job. And that's how it is everywhere. That shit's nuts. It's baffling to me.
Yeah, that's got to change. So many things have to change, but they're just not changing because why are things not changing?
Because there's so much money that goes into making sure that they don't.
Yeah, like
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Like the higher ups definitely don't want anything to change because that's going to compromise their positions and stuff. And then
they know how to like make it so that you're constantly, even if you got homies at a job, you also might be in competition with them. You know, there's a job opening. Well, who's going to get manager? Who's asked about pay the least? You know, who will ruffle the least feathers? Let's take this into a larger umbrella. That's how the U.S. does in Afghanistan. This dude that was just in power was a guy that the U.S. liked. And so therefore, you know, helped fund his advances through the government, regardless of the fact that, you know, like some people might have liked him, sure. But then as soon as shit, you know, starts hitting the fan, he's out of there, and the whole fucking government has crumbled in a matter of a week, literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make for a good scaffolding of a fucking anything. Government, business.
Have y'all seen those videos of those people falling off that plane?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
That shit is crazy.
That shit is nuts, man. And
we're in a weird state. I feel like it's definitely gonna get worse.
Yeah, they were gonna die otherwise. You know, they would have stayed, would have been under Taliban rule. You would have seen a lot of people disappear or either be killed outright. You know,
they're really pressing Biden right now, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I guess we're gonna see.
Yeah, it's the problem with like the idea of being a president. You could like any candidate as much as you'd like, but at the end of the day, they're still inheriting a
fucking mess.
A position of power that's rooted in racism and imperialism. Like it's not gonna get better just because there's one dude that you like in power, because they're not gonna undo generations upon generations of involvement in every bad thing that's happening to the planet. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Not that I have any like solutions, but shit's just fucked up.
It's definitely something that there needs to be a wider discussion about, like across all boards. There needs to be a wider discussion so shit can actually change. I feel like people just feel helpless, like even as an individual, even as a group, they just feel like nothing can be changed, so why even bother? Which is a pretty fucked up mindset, but also at the same time, I completely get it, because we've put in so many efforts for so many things. Like even when we do come together, we get bullshit back. Like they literally be like, okay, we hear y'all, but here's a treat. Here's a little teaser I can sprinkle on you. Here's a taste. But it's not what y'all wanted. It's not what y'all are asking for.
Yeah.
But here's a little something. So we went from video games to why the world is fucked up. What a topic.
Hey man.
Maybe
speaking of
planets.
Speaking of fucked up worlds. What the fuck is going on Kepler 22b?
Man,
wish I knew.
Let's get into
this.
Oh, fuck,
bro, this episode was fucking nuts.
You okay, Eric?
Got jalapeno juice in my eye.
Ugh, why was it on your hands?
I was eating sushi.
You gotta wash your hands, man.
Hey, how was your kids' first day of school, Eric? I saw that.
Really good. My daughter, it was her first day. My son's first day is tomorrow. His first day of middle school. She
first day of middle school?
Yeah.
Javon?
Uh-huh.
God damn.
I'm saying.
Where's he going to? Never mind. You don't have to answer that on the podcast.
Yeah.
Where's your school, man?
It's school I've never heard of. But okay. Yeah, Liana loves school. She loves that shit, and it's kind of bizarre. She'd be like it'd be Saturday, and I'd be like, "You don't have school today," and she gets upset, and I'm like, "Was I ever like upset about not?"
I was the opposite. Like I hated going to school.
Oh, I hated that shit.
I hated school.
Oh yeah. But yeah, let's get into first impressions of Raised by Wolves episode 9, right?
Yeah.
Episode 9 of Raised by Wolves. We're getting close to the finale. We're almost there. Speaking of which, we should have Fred on for the finale, right?
That's cool.
He watched.
Did he watch it?
He watched. Yeah, he watched the show.
So,
Marcus, first impressions.
This episode was fucking wild.
I really
am excited, man. For so many reasons, this shit was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fucked with it.
I'm right there with Marcus. Like this episode was fucking like a damn roller coaster, and I had a lot of emotions the entire episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fuck with this one heavy as well. And it's
Devon,
very,
you can go ahead, Alex.
I was gonna say it's very on par for like HBO episode 9s in their shows. If you guys like pay attention, like it seems like episode 9 is usually like the craziest episode of the season.
Episode 9s.
And this was definitely on par with that. So
speaking of which, I still need to watch what's that show? True Detective?
Oh yeah, definitely watch that shit.
Still need to watch that.
Season
Devon, huh?
I said season 1. Season 3 is good too.
I watched season 1 recently, actually. That shit is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that shit.
And one more thing about True Detective. They might have like the best episode of TV I ever watched.
Bro, that episode in the trap house?
For real.
Oh, shit. I gotta watch that shit now.
Which one?
The trap
That
house.
episode was fucking wild.
When they like,
Don't talk
Oh,
about it. I ain't seen it. Don't talk
You
about
gotta
it.
know what I'm talking
Marcus,
about. It
you
was
know what
like
episode
a,
you're talking about, but yeah, that episode was fucking.
That shit is hard.
in short, it was like a Grand Theft Auto mission.
Bro, that
Oh
shit was
my
shot
God.
so beautiful as well. Like, goddamn, that was a great episode.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
We'll get to Raised by
damn, I gotta
Wolves,
watch
though.
this shit again.
Spoiler alert.
but
Bro, that
But-
episode, he was just undercover. And
Come
shit, like,
on.
yo,
Oh
that
my
shit was
God.
tight.
You
Bro,
motherfuckers. I'm about
I
to-
forgot
Oh,
like
man.
I'm
everything
about to
leading
log
up to
off.
that too.
Dude, that
because
episode
the
is
that episode was
before
nuts.
that too,
Come on.
where he was going through the gang area.
no, that's
It
that
was
all
Yeah.
one
shot?
That's what we talking about.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
And then he died. No, I'm fucking-
He's dead.
Oh my
dead.
You're gonna be a snitch. I'm gonna call Carl Bismarck.
Call
Bro,
Carl.
Carl.
He's dead.
I heard long ass
Eric,
dude.
Eric, what was your impression of this episode of Raised by Wolves?
it was supposed to be my turn.
I was about to say.
Oh, my bad.
But anyway, no, I thought it was a really good episode. It was wilding. I guess I'll let Eric go before we get into it though, actually.
Yeah.
All right, let me put up my notes. Oh yeah, this episode, like Alex was saying, this this was an emotional fucking roller
Bro.
coaster, man.
Bro.
I a lot. This episode is crazy. Def episode 9 energy.
Let's get
for
into
sure.
it.
Let's get into it.
Yo,
We start
can I
the
talk?
episode-
Can I say something real quick? I do not like the intro music.
Really?
I like it.
I hate the intro song, and I've been meaning to talk about this every episode as we've talked about it because it's always in my notes. I just never look at my notes while we're talking, but I fucking hate the intro song, and it is the worst fucking intro that HBO usually has fire intros. The intro song to this, I do not fuck with at
I
all.
don't
Oh
mind
my
it.
God.
I don't mind it at all.
But
I hate it.
It's
I-
just in my opinion.
I actually like it.
That
I
shit
like
is
it too.
not hard at all. That shit
The
has-
reason
does
I-
not slap.
Not no
I
bass.
think the reason. I
That
think the-
door is finally
Oh,
open.
yeah.
Just like shut up. And then I always miss the skip because I always forget. I always forget that I hate the song
Oh my
until
God.
I've just missed the skip, so I can't even
The
press
door
A
is
to skip the
finally
fucking intro.
open.
Have y'all HBO been fucking up lately?
Hell yeah,
HBO
dude.
sucks. HBO,
HBO
apps
Max
always
sucks.
fucking suck.
Bro, I've been seeing a bunch of tweets. It's like,
all
man,
the memes.
I've been trying to rewrite my HBO. My fucking Xbox exploded or some shit like that. It's
Bro.
so ridiculous.
There was that guy that got
Every
jumped at the
thought,
baseball
every
game,
breath.
and there's a dude that got jumped at the baseball game
Oh
when
my
the lady
God.
threw the
yeah.
water at him.
That fucking
And
cup.
there's literally a shot of him getting punched by like 6 dudes at a baseball game, and somebody captioned it my HBO when I try to rewind. And that's how I feel.
It's
every
really
time.
like that though.
Bro,
But
it
real
sucks.
quick, here's why I think the intro to Raised by Wolves, it reminds me of music from Fallout. Fallout, like music from Fallout, and it reminds me of BioShock. I think that's why I fuck with it so hard. It's like that oldie time, like music you would hear like in the, I don't know what time period that'd be, like in the 60s. What kind of music would you even say that was?
Not this. I get what you're saying, like the nostalgia provoking, like weird juxtaposition of like science fiction and like oldies and shit. But that's not what I like Fallout music. BioShock music's tight, but this motherfucking song I hate with like every chord. I
Oh
always
my
like
God.
am like fucking thrashing around in my bed trying to find my goddamn controller to turn this bitch off.
Holy shit.
I get what you're saying, but nah.
Okay, yeah, let's get into episode 9 titled Umbilical. We start the episode with Tempest. She's like, I was really lost at the beginning of this episode for some reason. I'm like, how the fuck did we get here?
She
I
wandering.
was too on all fronts.
I was like, what's happening? But we see Tempest like wandering around an area, and what is she doing?
The
Is she
wreckage of the
chasing-
ark.
Yeah, she's looking for food
is
and
that?
shit in
Yeah.
the wreckage, and she runs into Otho, who for some reason is by himself wandering around the ark?
Like, how did
Why?
he?
Why is he? Exactly.
An attack. Like
he just survived and like fucking
wandered. To
but
the ark.
also
He might have
also
snuck
find
off after they tried to ambush Mother, though.
yeah. He
That was a
must
good
have.
time to escape.
Fucking Otto, dude.
And we're like, it's revealed that he can actually see inside of his head prison.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
there's a little
figured he
digital
could.
display.
he said that earlier. He said, "I can see the shadow that you cast to Marcus." So maybe that's what he was.
I thought that was just
Metaphorical.
Everything he said was like fucking metaphors for like
Everything was, yeah.
for
I
soul.
thought when
So
he
I was just
said
like,
that,
oh,
he
this
could
nigga's
just
full of
see
shit, just like the
under it.
rest of them. Yeah, but I don't
You
know.
can just see down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I can see the shadow, but I can't see.
He was just like, yep, I see everybody.
Yeah, I see the
you,
shadow.
bro."
I see
His
it.
brim was low.
Whose
Yo,
toes
and-
is these?
Yeah, I mean that's like the literal interpretation. It's just like, yeah, I just see the ground. And I was like, this nigga can't see, but
I guess
Otto
I
in this
took it too
episode
literal.
was crazy.
that. Yeah,
Tempest tried to kill him. Mother stopped her because Mother on her blood shit.
Mother need that juice.
she down
And
bad.
then
She
he
need
flipped
that
that switch,
juice.
man.
Yeah.
Is that?
Otto
Did he
got
flip it?
buff. Otto
Dude,
turned
Hey
into
man, how did that
Hulk
make any
Otto.
fucking sense?
Yeah, I had a question about that. How did the switch get flipped? Like she was looking at the cards, and then she was like went into the cards or whatever, and then all of a sudden
Well,
the switch flipped or whatever.
She
Honestly,
was
I think he was just-
hallucinating, but the switch is literally on his backpack. You
So, like,
know?
yeah, I guess he could have
So
just.
I feel like it couldn't be that hard. Plus, it's not an act of aggression for him to flip the switch
some
or
switches.
whatever.
But my question is, why the fuck did he get buff?
I was
Just
wondering
more
that too.
blood just
He
make
got-
him swole?
No.
That's
I-
android baby blood juice.
I think he said that he got Mother's powers, or he said he got Mother's
Yeah,
strength.
yeah,
how?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
How?
assuming he got her blood or something, and
But
made
how would that? That still doesn't make any sense as to
don't-
why he just got swole.
Maybe
That shit
I
didn't
don't
make
know.
no sense.
that shit was scary as fuck though.
Shit
Big ass,
was
swole ass
Shit was
rapist.
horrifying.
He was just like
Yeah.
hulking out. I was like,
He's
hey,
just, I got your
yo.
power now.
And he's like
And then he
whooping
started
everybody's ass.
He was
kids
just
across the
wrecking
room.
shit. Dude.
Bro,
I was
They were
scared, dude.
shooting him, and he wasn't even being phased by the bullets. Like,
I thought he was
His
gonna kill
veins
Tempest,
deflected
yo.
it and shit.
His fucking. I
Yeah,
was.
just
You know how
bulging.
upset I would have been if he killed Tempest. You know who he should have
I would
killed.
have been upset if he killed Campion, honestly.
You know who he should have killed? That
Was
fucking
Paul.
Holly.
Who's Holly?
oh,
Holly's
she
that
saved-
Indian girl.
She saved Tempest though.
Yeah, she's
Ho-
a
Holly-
therapist.
Barely.
I mean,
He didn't do
she-
anything.
She got him to
She
turn.
did
that too.
Why should he kill her? I'd be
Holly
pissed.
sucks. Dude, she was pissing me off this fucking episode.
I
She
mean,
was
she
making me
wanted that
so
tooth?
mad. She was fucking whining about the tooth. She keeps trying to get everybody to believe in Soul. Dude, she was just irritating the fuck. Every time
feel
they
like
show, every time there was a
she
scene
saved
with her
Tempest,
talking,
though.
I was pissed off. I don't
She's been
care.
like- She's been like this the entire show though.
Mhm.
Still though, like still, Holly, come on, grow up. You
No,
fucking coward.
No,
But
Holly,
she-
Holly's a
I
real
thought should
one
have
this
smacked
episode.
her ass, dude.
Eric, relax.
I
relax.
should have done her
This
in.
is still a rapist, man.
What is wrong
Like,
with you?
Hey, okay, I'm
come
not
on,
saying
dog.
that he shouldn't have died in the end. He definitely should have.
You should have.
He just should have took Holly with him.
No,
what the fuck?
no. Holly literally
She's
saved
just as
Tempest.
bad.
If Holly didn't attract Tempest, who knows what would have happened?
She saved her though. She
Yeah,
threw
that's
his
what we're
hand.
saying.
So what?
Yeah, what
Eric is just a
about?
hater. Eric don't like that she found a tooth and was all about the fucking tooth.
I don't like the tooth. I hated it. Speaking of which, that was Romulus's tooth, one of the raised by wolf kids. I don't know if y'all
Yeah,
listened on that part. They showed a lot of the Rome imagery in this episode. They showed that statue of the kids drinking from the wolf titties. Or did I look that up? I might have looked that up.
yeah. That,
Um,
they haven't shown.
But they
that.
alluded to it.
Yeah.
They alluded to it and they told.
Well,
the
they
story
alluded
of
to
Rome.
it from the beginning, but.
Oh yeah, back to Otto's helmet real quick. That definitely reminded me of Saw. Something.
Oh
like
yeah,
What do
the,
you mean?
the murder you just saw like
Yeah.
death.
What do you mean?
that. Just the
Saul?
contraption, the
Like
helmet.
Saw?
Yeah,
Saw.
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 Saw,
SJW.
Oh,
Jigsaw.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that
Just the way
movie.
it crushed his head.
Yeah, that shit was gross.
It was very sawy. Oh, all the brain matter that splattered
like
on
that shit.
Tempest.
All over Tempest. That was
Yeah.
gross.
I like the way he died. That was a cool death.
Honestly,
That
there was a
is,
lot of
throw
like
the head over the
Yeah.
there's a lot of kind of like body horror in this episode.
some head trauma.
Yeah. Got some
Fucking
head.
Marcus getting his head bashed in a little by the Mithraic.
He deserved that shit.
So
He did.
Hey man,
He was a fucking being a bitch ass at the Hot Rock. You can't do
dude.
that.
Oh my
wait,
god.
before we talk about that, the dude that beat his ass, we like discussed if he possibly knew if Marcus was like an imposter or not. You
Yeah.
guys remember talking about that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
earlier in the
So,
show.
after seeing what he did in this episode, do you still think that he didn't know, or do you think he just kind of figured it out at the very
No,
end?
it was
I
revealed
think-
that he knew.
I
Well,
still
no,
think
no,
he
not
didn't
really.
know.
He
Just-
he
Yeah,
didn't.
because he asked about his dad earlier in this season.
Mhm.
He asked
I-
about like if you remember my dad from the battle or whatever.
Right. But I think what it was
when mother
I
was
think
talking
it was when
trash,
mother
he got
it was
clue.
when mother was talking shit coupled with how Marcus was acting at Hot Rock,
Yeah.
Mhm.
plus him asking if he prayed for his dad after he killed him and deemed him impure. Like
So you think it's-
all that culmination
Combination of all.
culminated into him being like, nah, this ain't Marcus. Nah.
Why is Marcus limping around? From the
I'm
stab?
from I
think
guess
so.
from the stab.
I'm
the
assuming
fuck?
so.
He's got this like Moses aspect to him because he's got like a staff
Bro.
that he's leaning on. Like, what the fuck?
I've been telling you about all the allegories to
Nice.
Christianity.
Speaking of Moses, mother is like the Virgin Mary, ain't she?
Yeah, that's what
At
I'm
this point,
saying,
yeah.
yes, yeah.
They,
She-
I mean, well, we already knew that. Like
impregnated by
everything about them is like Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this cast out Marcus, is he gonna be the devil?
Oh, maybe. I mean, for every Jesus, we need a devil.
Who? Oh, Marcus?
That'd
Mhm.
be interesting. I was thinking Cain, but
Whoa.
that'd be interesting if he was the devil. Yeah.
Or like a
Or
devil
maybe
like
Paul
that?
is Cain. We thought it was
Paul?
Campion, but maybe it's
You think
Paul.
Paul is?
I mean,
They're kind of like brothers. I mean, it since you have like the idea of raised by wolves, there was two brothers that founded
Mhm.
Rome. Therefore, it could be two brothers, and one of them kills the other brother, and then the other gets a mark of Cain. So
yeah.
maybe that's like season 2
And-
shit.
And Paul is starting to be led. Yeah, well, it seems like he's about to be led astray by Soul. Well, Soul. I think whatever's speaking to them is not Soul.
I don't. Th-
Bro,
I think it's-
I
think
think
it's
we might have.
something
I think we might
evil.
have seen that shit in the mother's hallucinations of the AR tarot card shits. You know, where she's
Was that on this
hallucinating.
episode?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
dope.
And she sees
Oh my
that
God.
fucking those like hooded creatures, and then there's
Yo,
a
what was
creature.
That
that
fucking hexagon thing.
Like
Well,
a
the
s-
hexa-
in there. What was that?
I have
don't
no
know, but it
fucking
was-
idea.
It was spitting out the very blood that the androids have.
Yeah, it was spitting out the
So,
mother's milk.
It makes me think that it's the alien race, because in the last episode we were talking about how maybe the alien race created religion on Earth to
Yeah.
get to Soul, and I'm
Mhm.
thinking it's that alien race, and
That's
they
possessing
got
the party.
some weird shit going on, and they
Yeah.
got a head on a hexagon spitting out white milk.
Yeah, what the fuck? What, dude?
That
I
shit was
literally looked up.
crazy.
Dude,
I
that-
literally looked up and was like, "What the fuck is
Yeah, I
going
didn't-
on?"
I've seen that shit twice now, and I still have no idea what the fuck that is or like what
Oh,
that means. But
And now we
In the
won't
next
know because fucking
episode-
Paul killed destroyed the tarot cards.
And I was wondering if it was Soul, why would Soul get him to destroy like
That's what I
Mithraic
was-
documents? Because that's what
that's
it
what
looked
I'm
like.
saying. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Soul.
I don't think it's Soul
something
at this
else
point
leading him
either.
astray.
Or maybe it was Otho saying that those things were what cults on Earth used to worship. That made him think that maybe he was doing Soul's bidding, because he was like, Otho was like, because Otho being a high-ranking member of the church, maybe a part of Paul still like
Well-
listened to his insight and was like, oh yeah, like maybe Soul will bless me if I
Pepper
destroy
said
these.
it looked like tarot cards, and
Well, they-
that's Otho was like, yeah, and we destroyed the people who used.
Yeah.
tarot
destroyed
cards
the
or whatever.
cultists that
Yeah.
they were cultists that used the tarot. So
We're kind of hopping around the episode really fast, but I want to talk about the Hot Rock. One,
I was about to
great to
bring
see
that
the
up
hot
too.
great to see the Hot Rock again. Always a great time
That
bro,
when it
yeah,
involves
I'm
the
glad they
Hot
went
Rock.
back.
that
I'm
scene
glad
had
we-
me on like this entire episode had me on guard, but that
Dude,
scene
I'm saying.
specifically, like when he
Yeah.
stuck he stuck his rod in there first. We seen it
How-
catch fire.
How we feeling about the black dude now?
I still
He's-
don't like
that-
him.
That's the Messiah. Him and Father are more like father and son these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had a falling
mean,
out, but he keeps
he's
I
sticking
don't
to
father.
father.
understand them, though.
He's been a bitch the entire show, but like the fact that he reprogrammed father did a lot for me. Like in my eyes,
That made me so
Yeah.
happy, dude. That made me so.
That made me
He
happy
betrayed
too.
father, but
Happy.
he brought father back.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
so
say
like,
that's why I don't understand. Why would you yell out and get him shot up, and then you end
Because he
up
doesn't
saving
fuck
him
with the
in the end?
Mithraic like that. He
So I think-
realized
Then why
that
did he
father was
say,
the
"We
closest
over
thing he had
here"?
to a father this whole
yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah, I think exactly.
He just he was probably playing it safe the first time, thinking that the Mithraic way was the right way, and had a change of heart, afterwards. And after seeing like a literal physical embodiment of your fuck up every day will like do something to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um,
And then
but
plus,
literally
like,
when father started telling that joke, I was like, ah,
dude, I had such a big
yes,
smile on my face
Thank
when he
God.
dude,
Tali.
Tali.
Tali!
But no, like that scene when like he stuck his rod in that hole, and then he stuck his arm in there. I was like, bro, no fucking way. And then he pulled his shit out, and it was just fun. It's like, okay, this nigga Marcus is really like going
I
through.
Marcus
just
is
call
literally
that
just
anal
getting
rock.
played.
The anal rock.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
Sometimes
Hand up its anus.
when things like that happen in this show, it really pisses me off, honestly. Like when his arm didn't get burnt up. Like why? Why didn't his
The
arm get
soul,
burnt
It's the
man.
up?
will of
Protecting
soul,
him.
man.
Someone was
Why?
protecting him.
Soul.
Like why though? I hate when their fucking religion just gets reinforced. It pisses me off. It really irritates me.
It makes
And
me
you know
more,
what?
It makes me more interested in the show, to be honest.
Yeah. It
It
makes
does-
it,
no,
it makes
I
it
do-
seem
I
like more
agree.
of a orchestrated thing that
Yeah.
their religion is so fucking strong on this planet for whatever reason. Like this is
It
their
keeps the
destiny from the
mystery, too.
beginning. Yeah.
It really keeps the mystery because you're like, okay, I know what's going on. Boom. I have no fucking idea what's going on. Literally, I thought I kind of had it figured out. Then they showed that hexagon demon, and I was like,
What the
what
fuck?
what
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, that
Like
shit's
what is this?
So do you guys think that like, because obviously I don't think it's the same thing that's possessing Marcus that protected the black kid. Do you think that was actually Soul that protected him on the Hot Rock? Or do you like, what are you guys?
I don't
thoughts
have
on that?
reason to believe that it's not just one like
I think it's the
entity trying to play everybody.
Oh,
That's
I think
kinda
it's
how I
the-
was
think it's
thinking.
the same thing. I think,
I think-
whatever it is has a
playing both
plan.
sides.
Yeah, I think whatever it has
Oh.
has a plan. And so when the plan deviates on one way or the other, it corrects it. Even though Marcus has been the chosen to this point, if he falls out of line, then yeah, he gets stoned. If the black dude needs to survive, then he gets saved, So I think in a lot of ways it's sort of a selfish deity or whatever that's pulling all the ropes. Everybody's just like puppets in this, and we haven't really seen who the real orchestrator of everything is yet.
I'm definitely
maybe we
ready for
have.
that.
Maybe it's a hexagon fucking face demon thing.
Maybe it's
Big
the
demon,
hexagon
yeah.
demon.
Man,
Mother
I
also
believe-
said she got pregnant in the sim.
She did say that.
yeah, she
At
did
first,
say that.
she was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why this happened. And then she became more sure as time passed.
I think she was lying.
You think she was lying about
Really?
how
Yeah.
she was? Oh,
About
to
her
father.
not knowing that she got pregnant in the sim. Like she said she was unsure. Like I definitely think she knew how she got
Oh.
pregnant.
Well, at first she was just like, I don't know how it happened. But then later on, she was like, I believe my creator put some programming inside me in order that was activated. She was like, I believe that my interaction no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Never mind.
Anyway, I do want to say one more thing about Mother. I like the relationship or little relationship that's building between Mother and Sue. That's her name, right?
Yeah, Sue.
Sue?
Oh
Me
yeah.
too.
And
Sue's
The other
saving her life.
atheist?
Yeah,
Huh?
I was wondering like what took them so long to get to this point because Mother is like one of the few other atheists
Who is
True.
Sue?
planet,
Sue
Who's
is
the other
Marcus's
atheist?
wife.
Or yeah, Paul's mom.
and she's been deprogrammed and programmed to be an atheist. So I don't understand why they weren't like trying
Probably
to be on
because
the
like
side
Sue
in
and
the first
Marcus
place.
were pretending to be Mithraic the entire
Right.
time, and Mother had
But
their
I feel like
son
you don't
as
need
death.
to be Mithraic at this point.
True, but at this point, the kids don't know that they aren't Mithraic. They still are under the impression that they are like Paul's actual mom. But Mother sees through that shit, so maybe that's why now they can finally be honest or whatever. But
Well, no, the kids are still Mithraic.
no, but I'm saying like they don't know that their mom isn't, that Sue isn't Mithraic, while Mother does know.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's why she's still pretending to be Mithraic.
Why? Okay, I have a question that just bothered me because it seemed completely fucking random. Why did um why did that soldier make Marcus swallow the necromancer eyes?
I was wondering that maybe it's like a Mithraic death thing where they kill someone and they shove that. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
weird, right?
I didn't
know what
understand
it
that either.
was.
It was
I don't know
super
where he
fucking
popped
random.
the eye. Where did he get the eye? Was it
They
in his
were
pocket or
around
some shit?
No, they were around his neck. In
Yeah,
a
that
little
was weird,
sack.
right?
Yeah, a little sack around his neck, around Marcus's neck.
Or they're
Yeah,
like
that's weird.
making them hallucinate or something.
He started spitting
Wait a
out
minute.
foam, but I don't know if it was because he
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because he was choking or if there was like some sort of reaction happening to his body.
Yeah, like
No,
what is it doing to him?
Oh yeah, no idea. I thought he
Because I thought it was something else. I didn't know it was her eyes until y'all just said it.
No,
I
it was
thought
it was
that
weird.
thing
Yeah.
I
that
thought he was
they,
just
like-
gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I thought it was that
They
thing
didn't
they
even
tried
beat
to
it
put in
right.
them like a few
Oh,
episodes.
the
ago.
earwig.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
What's the earwig?
It's what
The
they put in
thing-
Marcus's ear that
Oh,
one time.
it's what the
android-
android put in his ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those, but it was
Marcus
Mother's
was-
eyes.
Marcus was such a bitch at the Rock. After the
Yeah.
Rock didn't burn old dude, he just fucking hit the fetal position. Like, what the fuck, man?
Like, so please talk to me, so
Please, I made a
Please.
sacrifice.
I
Please.
made a mistake.
Number 3, pick number
Up
3,
here
Milan.
limping around and shit. Yo,
I feel like-
Verlander being green the whole episode bothered the fuck out of me.
I like that shit. That shit was
Of
dope.
course,
What?
green's your favorite color.
I mean, but it's been green the entire show though.
The lander?
No, it's been
It's
like
been
blending
silver,
in.
ain't it?
It's been blending
No,
in with the
I'm pretty sure it's-
background.
I'm pretty sure it's been green.
No, it's been like camouflage. But for some reason now it's green.
I thought it
could've
was
sworn-
silver because I
I thought it-
always thought it looked like a whistle.
Yeah.
It does it's shaped like a whistle.
Do y'all have any clues or any idea as to what the Pentagon monster is?
No.
Pentagon?
Yeah,
What
the
Pentagon,
Pentagon
monster?
monster.
When she
The-
was
the- the-
hallucinating.
The
On the
thing that
tarot
was
card?
spewing milk.
Oh, was it a pentagon? We were calling it a hexagon.
Yeah. It was a pentagon. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think it was the alien race that created the androids. Hey, what up, youngin? Is that Ghost Age? Ghost Age.
Can he hear you?
I don't know. I'll just message him on Xbox.
What's up, big homie?
He ain't got an Xbox no more.
Oh my god. Wait, did it die in the flood?
No, his Xbox is at his mom's house.
Okay.
But it
Anyways.
messed up or something. But Mother looked real grimy this episode. It was fucking gross.
She was
I
pregnant,
hated the
man.
look.
She going
Yeah,
through
she-
it.
No,
all
all that
covered in
fucking
blood.
she had on her. It was
Both
gross.
human blood
all the
and
milk leaking
android
from her.
blood.
Yeah, it was gross. Hated looking at it.
Bro, she's
like,
in
damn.
labor. There's nothing more beautiful than a pregnant woman.
I disagree.
She had that motherly glow to her.
Eric,
I don't know if she did.
cancel. Don't get into it.
She was
Eric, get into it.
beautiful.
Speak your truth.
Hey,
Anyway,
Mother looked like shit. She looked gross. I was so uncomfortable looking at her the whole time. I'm like, dude, if they don't wash her off, god damn.
Bro, I don't.
Fucking cord sticking out of her stomach. Like,
What do you?
stop.
That was
Do you
the
think she's-
umbilical.
That was the umbilical. Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. Do you think she's actually having like what kind of baby do you think she's having? Like, I don't think it's like a human baby just because of the fact it's like
Fuck
requiring
no,
blood.
it's not gonna be a human
So,
baby.
do you guys have like any sort of like speculation of what you think she's giving birth to?
Maybe it'll be a baby that's just the head that goes on top of a pentagonal piece of alien equipment, like in her vision.
Could be.
I don't fucking know. Maybe she's just there to give birth to the aliens of the planet. Wait, what was
you know what I was gonna
that
say?
Thing? That thing had the head of the other things on the planet, right?
No,
No,
it didn't.
no.
It had like
it had
a
a
helmet
different
on
face.
or something,
It
but
was more like a lizard.
It looked
head.
like it looked like a mask, but I don't think it was a
it
mask.
looked like a gas mask. It looked like the
It
mask.
looked kind of like a gas mask. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was a mask.
Okay.
To be honest, I watched the last episode, so I know.
Oh.
I know.
I just watched it before we started too. So
But I know what I thought it was before I figured out. I thought she was going to give birth to one of the creatures. One of those.
have they been eaten?
Oh
that they've
yeah,
been eating. I thought it was going to be one of those.
but it's not.
Can't say.
Well,
I mean,
but if you think
you
this
just-
after saying that
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what
watched
it
the
is.
episode,
Just
Next
you just kind
time.
of gave it away.
yo man,
Can't
what
say.
the-
I can't say
This-
whether or
this,
not it
this
is.
is that Taiwanese shit all over again. Actually,
What the
Eric,
fuck are you talking about?
Eric, you gatekeep the.
Yeah, for real, man.
I'm about to just spoil it. Y'all
You
pissing me
become
off.
what you hated, man.
This show giving me
What are you
Prometheus
talking
vibes,
about?
though, like Marcus said last time.
You said what?
I said this show or this episode too is giving me some Prometheus vibes, like Marcus
Yeah.
said last.
For
I never
real.
watched Prometheus.
You
Even
should.
That's
Even
by
the
Ridley Scott,
creatures,
also, isn't it?
huh?
You said what?
Isn't that also by Ridley Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Ridley Scott did all of these episodes on Raised by
He's
Wolves.
just
so-
the executive producer.
He
of
did the
show.
first two, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you should watch Prometheus, and we should actually talk about it one time too.
That's cool.
One time for the one
What do we
time.
we might be early, but what are we watching next?
We should do some movies, I think.
I'm down.
We can do a few.
I
movies
did have
before
a
we start
show
another
if
series.
y'all down to do it, and it's a pretty short show.
What is it?
Devs,
Oh yeah, I've
have
seen
you
it,
seen
but
it,
I'm down.
Marcus?
Yeah,
It's crucial. It's crazy.
it's,
Oh, both of
it's
y'all
on
watched
Hulu.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's pretty short. I think the episode's only like 30 minutes too, ain't they?
it's like 6 episodes. I want to say.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
definitely do that.
30
It's on Hulu.
minutes. Are we
I
doing
feel
two
like we
episodes?
should do that and the What If Marvel show.
I think we should do some movies just so we are also
No, in
reviewing
between we
movies.
should do like maybe 2 movies in between and then start another series.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
start
down.
both of those series like we did with Loki as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, man.
that's
that's
the
the
that's
episode.
the pod. Yeah, that's the pod. Let's
Y'all
get
gonna
into
rate it?
ratings.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Ten.
what do you rate this episode?
I'm gonna give this episode a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the mystery of this episode. It was really cool to see like mom going through it and then her and Sue becoming homies. Otho getting buff fucking randomly halfway through the episode was terrifying. Like
Berserker.
what's scarier than like a berserking Mithraic, a berserking rapist Mithraic?
Yeah.
But then that set up Tempest to get her ultimate comeuppance and
Oh yeah.
throw that fucking head off the thing so he could get his skull crushed in front of her.
She stabbed him too.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
When he first got buff.
It didn't
So-
affect him.
It did not affect that man.
Yeah.
It did not
Bro,
affect him.
Hardly had any effect. Yeah, that shit was tight. The episode was crazy, just with the tarot cards and the pentagonal mystery. Yeah, 9.
Mm-hmm. Alex, what do you rate this?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
this is a very solid episode for similar reasons like what Marcus gave, but I also like the fact that my boy Father is back to normal.
Oh
So
yeah.
that alone made me really happy. And it made me smile. Like a lot of shows don't really bring like an emotional reaction to me like outside the show, but like seeing Father get ready to say that corny ass joke did put a smile on my face. So
I remember I feel like we were all so indifferent to Father at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we were.
But he just grew on us like super hard.
He's been like solid the entire show. He didn't really like do nothing crazy, and he got betrayed a lot. He had a lot of trauma. He just has like a really interesting story from start to finish.
Black trauma.
Black trauma indeed.
And like black men,
Hey, black fathers.
Exactly. Yeah, represent Eric. That's you. But also like the Hot Rock episode part was really cool, and just the fact that Mother had like was just dragging around Otho and had him like her personal bitch for a little bit. Like that was actually pretty funny to me. That
was
like,
funny.
Brendan and talking crazy to him, and then him getting buff like was like mind blowing to me. It's like, okay, this nigga's like unstoppable, and it's fucking scary. He's a rapist on top of that. So like, I don't know, and just the way he died was really cool to me as well. So solid, very solid.
Some invincible shit.
Yeah. What's up, Davon? What do you think?
What's up, Bree?
I give it an 8.5. I agree with some of the stuff Alex Marcus said. I guess I just lowered it a little bit because I don't know what the hell Hunter's intentions are.
Hunter?
Yeah, the black kid.
I think
that got Father shot, and then he just reverted his program back to normal for when he wanted
some
to be
gaslighting shit.
Also, I did like Otho. His death was dope, just because it reminded.
What? You cut out. Oh, your audio's out.
You're
Davon.
completely up.
No,
I can't hear you, man.
They got to him.
Damn, they got him. Otho got him.
Got him. Otho said what?
Davon, can you still hear us?
Now I can.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, sorry, you cut out. Like half of what you were saying. You said you like Otho's death.
Yeah,
because it reminded you of something.
Saw.
Oh yeah.
That was
okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
And then, but it was also weird just how he got buff suddenly from drinking Android juice. I guess.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Up.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Bane.
Yeah.
He looked like Bane, man.
He was on some Bane shit. Yeah. Venom Bane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That I don't understand, but that's why I gave it 8.5. But
okay. Solid.
What you think, player? Give it your rating.
Hey, thanks for asking, man. I thought y'all just gonna leave me hanging, left in the dust. I give this episode a solid 9.5. I was thinking about giving it a 9, but I had to add on that 0.5 simply because I got to see the Hot Rock again. I got to see the Hot Rock in full action. We didn't get to see nobody get burnt up, unfortunately, but it's always a good time at the Hot Rock. There's always some crazy shit that happens there. We also brought Father back, which is a super plus for me, because we fucks with Father on this pod. This is a Father positive pod.
For sure. This is Father's pod.
Does Father have a name? Because I know Mother's name is Lamia. Oh, Father doesn't have a name. Okay.
Father wasn't like a necromancer, so I don't think they gave him
Oh,
a name
was
like
Lamia her necromancer name?
Or maybe that was just the name that I don't know. It was either the name that Campion gave her or her necromancer name, but Father wasn't, like a mother or a necromancer, so I don't think she got a name.
Yeah, I drop a 9.5 on this episode. Love it.
Oh, you're doing 9? 9.5?
9.5, yeah. Can't wait to discuss the next episode. I'm honestly gonna watch it again because that shit was fucking whoo. We're gonna see next episode. And make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all are here. Make sure y'all are listening because guess what? We're going to be here discussing this shit. I don't know what our first topic is gonna be, but I bet it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have our boy Fred on.
Tap in,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
happening. Yeah, Fred's about to be on. Special
Fred.
guest as always.
Hit
Yeah,
him up.
tap in again next time.
Follow me, Omega Marcusses.
Oh yeah. Tell them where to find you. Mega Marcus is across the board. Alex, where can they find you, big homie?
You can find me at fuck Chet Hanks at fuck Chet Hanks.
Fuck Riley Reed.
Yeah, fuck Riley
Fuck
Reed.
Riley Reed.
You can find me in the trenches. You know,
Mhm.
water whipping and surf
Yeah.
and fiend dipping,
Okay.
All right.
fluid,
Syrup sipping.
embalming fluid,
Ooh,
Oh,
that's that different
Sherm?
shit.
the wet,
Yeah.
Davon.
Hey man, you can find me in the gutter like a bowling ball. Shout out
Hey,
to Bolty
talk
James.
about it.
Though.
okay.
That was
You can
Bolty
find me in
James. His album was dope.
You said
But,
what?
I said no, that was Bolty James though.
Foley James. I've never heard of
Shout
that
out to
person.
Bolty James.
Border James is fire.
But yeah, hit me on Twitter. Just watch the previous episodes to get the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric,
All right.
where can they find you, man?
If you're looking for me, you can find me on the block disobeying the law.
What's your Tinder?
Follow me on Tinder at Juicy.
Don't say nothing.
I will end the pod. I will end the recording. I'm ready. I am ready.
Get
Hey,
this
man,
nigga
just
out
play
of
the
here.
outro music, man.
Yeah, that's the pod.
Oh shit! Play that outro music. This is where the outro music will be playing. I'm gonna cut it right there, so it plays the outro music.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Man.
That was a close one.
Eric, he's about to say some wild shit. I already.
I hate to say it.
Holy shit! He said that was a close one. Oh shit! You niggas are so funny. Where can they find you on Tinder? They might have you. Oh shit!
We should talk about appropriation the next episode.
Like,
Oof.
cultural appropriation?
Yeah,
That is a topic.
but not for like an hour.
The
Why
thing
not an
is,
hour?
we fucking
Because this should be going on for like 2 hours.
What made you want to talk about that, Davon?
Just because I seen this tweet. You know how like at HBCUs, the bands, they become a little more flamboyant, I guess.
Yeah.
The dude with the stick, you know how he be running around? I don't know the name of it, of the person with the stick.
the baton.
Conductor?
It was like a white
Drum
dude
major.
doing it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And that
I
was
saw that
like,
video.
I don't know, something about how it's cultural appropriation.
Is
That-
that?
But I feel like
Dude, is
that is not really cultural appropriation.
I don't think it
honestly.
is. I think that's a
Yeah.
reach.
And I feel like there's a difference between appropriation and appreciation. I feel like that's more of appreciating the culture. Unless you were like to be interviewed or something and it was like, yeah, I made that up. That's
Or
all
if you-
me.
Or like my thing with that is like if you're profiting off of it, that's usually where I.
Yeah.
I think. Hey, save it for the next pod, bro.
Hey, let's record it right now.
All right, we up in it. Welcome back to another
Oh my god. All right, episode 10, man. Here we go.
It's the finale. Fuck
It's the
can't get
finale. Where Fred at?
I thought you was gonna cut that anyway. Or cut it early.
This is all cut out.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
cut. I stopped recording a minute ago.
No,
you
you
would,
didn't.
y'all. You still recording.
It's still
Look.
recording. Mark is still recording. Marcus,
What?
you're fucking annoying. We can see the
What?
button.
Can you? Oh shit.
Yes, we can see where it says record.